Hello? Hello and welcome. This is, we're playing on our Nintendo Wii, but we're playing a GameCube game. It's gonna be a fun one, I hope. Right, I should press start. Here we go. This is good. I like this. We're doing pretty well so far. Hey, Namco. Hey, it's Monolith Try Crescendo. You might know Monolith because they made Xenoblade Chronicles. Of course, that's what most people know them for these days. They're now owned by Nintendo, you see. But we're playing a property that was when they were with Namco. Man, and you'd think there'd be a Cosmos cameo in this, but nope. No, none of that. You don't need any of those for the game to be cool, right? This is Baten Kaitos. Man, now that Nintendo owns Monolith Soft, good.
That spirit seems to like you.
Maybe they'll come back with this.
If you could bond with it, something wonderful may happen to you.
The spirit, no.
Are you ready?
Yep, we're asking to get possessed by a demon. He's got to take control of Kalos and that's going to be representing the player, you see. Yes, we're actually an evil spirit in this game, and we're taking control of Kalos against his will. Oh yeah, in Baten Kaitos Origins, it actually was an evil spirit because it was Valpertio. Here's the final boss of this game.
Hello? Can I...
Sure, you can ask my name. Female, let's go with an OC name let's go with a character of mine for a name. Miss Indumati. Really special to us. She's an arc that lives on the moon and has moon magic from the White Moon Staff, you see? Yeah, she has white wings, you see?
So that's your name.
Of course, arcs, if you don't know her from Riviera the Promised Land. I'm not sure if I'll get sued if I ever get popular, which I never will. Kalos, you see, was a project made by the military, made by his grandfather, and he has a mechanical wing and a living wing. The wings are wings of heart, and if they're malformed, you get like things like one wing. So he has a mechanical wing in that place. Probably as a result of him being made in a lab. Oh yeah, spoiler alert. Yeah, basically his grandfather was working for the Empire.
Yes, from 1,000 years of darkness.
And then the Empire was like, yeah, you're going down, and killed him. Uh-oh, darkness. I don't want this to be like Kingdom Hearts, man.
A millennium of solitude and suffering.
Being alone gives me greater power than your feeble friendship. Darkness. Darkness, darkness, heart, darkness. Keyblade!
Beautiful white wings for you. For the world, death, and destruction.
Oh, I don't like that. That sounds bad. Remember that girl's voice for later. Trust me, it's a character we're going to be meeting. Somewhere around the half point of the game. Oh, I should probably mention that this game is in 2 discs. Some GameCube games were in 2 discs. A lot like PS1 games back in the day. And remember when games came in multiple discs because they were too big? Man, those were the days. Nowadays, if games are too big for the disc, they just re-release them one at a time for full price, and call it episodic. Oh yeah,
Ah, I see you have awakened.
Who are you? Why am I here?
Yes, who are you and why am I here? Also, Callus does look a little like Chrome and Lucina. And also a little like Marth. He certainly doesn't act like Marth, though. Callus, bringer of death. Also descendant of Marth. Where's his Falchion, of course.
My name is Larikush. I'm the village doctor here at Sebelrai.
I never understood why people got upset about Lucina and Chrome being in Smash and being like Marth. I mean, they're descendants of Marth, so it makes sense that they fight like him, you see. That's actually canon to Fire Emblem Awakening, you see.
They found you lying unconscious in the woods nearby and brought you here.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I was attacked by rock cats.
Rock cats? Damn, I hope we find these rock cats and beat them up.
Oh man,
You're lucky they were only rock cats. They are herbivores, after all. It's awfully strange to hear of them attacking humans. The animals in that forest have been acting quite peculiar lately.
Really? Have they been getting more aggressive?
I'm not sure why, but they're much more aggressive than they used to be.
Really? That's interesting.
You'd better stay away from those woods.
Hey, wait,
By the way, what do you call yourself?
my name is Callus,
I don't
bringer of
recall
death,
seeing you around
harbinger of ill luck.
my name's Callus. This is my first time here, which is why I got lost, I guess.
Really? And how did you come to be here, Callus? No, really, how did he come to be here? Actually, that's a plot point for later on, guys. He came here for a reason.
Callus is welcome to Sebelrai Village, boy. It looks like you took quite a blow to the head, so I was worried you might have amnesia.
Oh, the amnesia plot is already starting. Yeah, games back in the day, back in GameCube, PS2 era, like to use this a lot. Everybody had amnesia back then. It was a very good way of covering up things that are vital to the plot that you otherwise would have known. And nowadays writing has gotten a little bit smarter than that.
But you seem to be fine.
Nowadays the hip thing to do whenever somebody knows something is have them be like, "You're too much of a scrub for me to tell you."
If you feel up to it, you're welcome. We're only a small farming community on the frontier. So, I'm afraid there isn't that much to see.
Yeah, but they farm apple cider.
By the way, I left your winglet over there. Quite an unusual design for a winglet, I must say. Different.
Yes, it was made by his grandfather.
It was handcrafted by my grandfather.
Yes.
He was an excellent engineer.
I'm sure that's all he was.
Ah, I see. And how is he doing?
He's dead, like my soul.
He died 2 years ago.
My soul's been dead for 20 years.
Is that so?
Oh, master.
Well, thanks for the help, Doc.
Actually, I'm not the one you Mimai is the one who found you lying in the woods and carried you here.
Who the frick is Mimai? Well, we're about to meet them,
I see.
but they're not a party member, so they don't matter. Just an NPC that found you for no reason. First, what they are is kind of interesting. Well, slightly. Now, I remember there's several side quests in this game, like assembling a zoo, getting stuff for an art museum. Also in this game,
Well, that's...
Also, this game has combat that takes place with cards, you see. You're probably thinking, what cards? Yeah, like that card, for example. Which is a healing item. It's just a little Swiss kebab. Oh, look at all those ducks. Those are ducks, right? Maybe they're not ducks. Maybe they're some sort of fantasy creature that's like a duck. Well, they're definitely quacking, so I assume they're ducks. Unless they're geese, but we don't want any geese, no. Okay. And it's telling us about this blue flower, which is a save point. A mysterious church? What? Oh yeah. I almost forgot about the church. It's been so long since I played this, so I don't really remember everything. It's been a long time since I played this. And I haven't played this in quite a while. That's since I first owned it on the GameCube. Which was a long time ago. Back when I had a Wii. Back when I was all about Nintendo consoles and I had one. I had it until up to the Wii and then I bought it again. Sad to say I don't have the case for Baten Kaitos because it's a used copy and copies are pretty rare these days. Baten Kaitos Origins especially is pretty rare. Oh yeah, he's mentioning containers to carry milk in, and actually the item you're using to contain stuff is actually a card. There's special cards that are blank.
Hey! You're the one Mimai saved, right?
And the blank cards let you carry stuff as quest items.
Glad to see you're up and walking around.
Whoa! Is this him? Her? Mimai? Is this who brought me?
Yes, it...
Uh-huh. He's way smarter than all the drunks you see around here. And helpful, too.
Wait, drunks? What are you talking about?
Well, thanks, Mimai.
Well, this place does farm a lot of apple cider, which is the main export of this area. Of course, it's considered a backwater, too. It's considered a backwater by the Empire, though. Never had apple cider. And they're using the apples to make apple cider and make it also into alcohol. Yeah, there's references to alcohol in this game. Which actually is not that bad. There's been alcoholic references in other games. I remember Chrono Trigger had alcoholic references. No, that's a spell for Shella name. Damn, I forgot the Tiki Mask character that joins you later in the game, but they're pretty much like Shellick and use spells as well. Yeah, in this game, every character has their own deck of cards, which is here. See? And what we have here are items you use these when you're out. You use these when you're out of battle and out on the field too. And that's a spell that we can't equip because Callus uses swords and knives. Certain characters can only equip certain weapons and certain armor. And you might notice we have elemental armor. Now, elemental defense and elemental offense is very important to this game. How it works is kind of very strange, too. I haven't really seen it in any other game. Basically, you do physical damage and you do elemental damage. And if you use elemental damage of an element that's opposing, if you use an elemental weapon that's of an opposing element, you'll do less elemental damage. So you don't want to do that. For example, if you have a water attack and you use a fire attack, they'll cancel each other out, so you don't want to do that. But on defense, the element that's opposing the monster's attack, like if they're attacking you with a fire attack, for example, you want water defense to negate that. And does that make sense to you guys? I understand it's a lot to take in. Some people who've talked about this game weren't quite used to that. Oh yeah, and you should also pay attention to what element the enemies are striking you with. For example, if they're using a fire attack, which you'll see a flame animation when they hit you, you should use water defense for that area. And change it around every area. Which is why it's important to grind out each area for different mages, because you win some for each battle. Oh yeah. I should also mention the shops. Now, you don't get money like in traditional RPGs. You have to sell items in order to get
Remember, a magnet
more
is
money.
created by and sealing. How would
And
you...
the thing is that most normal items are actually worth very little money. But if you take pictures of enemies with cameras, you can actually
And
sell
the
the
object
pictures for
crumbled in your
more
hands,
money.
am I right? Never forget rule number 1.
And this guy is a salesman.
Believe me, you're a lucky man. Come in.
Yeah, so basically there's a shop right here. It's also important that you explore every nook and cranny because there are items that are hidden everywhere. And from here you can buy some wheat crackers, bamboo shoot. Bamboo shoots are actually one of the items that changes. Yeah, some items will change on you when you get later in the game as you play. For example, the bamboo shoot will become a bamboo weapon that you can use as an attack, and then it will turn into a fishing pole. Yeah, and the green bananas will turn into yellow bananas, and then they'll turn into overripe bananas, and then into mush.
Are you a traveler too?
Oh yeah, and you can also combine certain mages together when you use them and make in a recipe to actually make a new magus. Some
I came
items
to
can
see
only
the
be made by
ancient
doing
ruins
that, you
and
know?
what's new.
Especially a lot of the food items. So it definitely pays to use certain combinations of mages.
I have to go.
I'm probably guessing that the reason that this is a card battle game is, well, you see, at the time this game was made,
Bye, little guy.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Was
See you,
extremely popular, you see. You know, back when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was very slow and one of the best monsters to use in a game was Summon Skull. Nowadays, does anybody use Summon Skull?
I have a name, you know.
Nowadays, Summon Skull is considered too slow.
Nobody in this... I hope they don't get like someone else did.
Nowadays,
Yeah. Ancient ruins in Moongao Forest, eh? Why don't we go have a look ourselves?
yeah, nowadays Summon Skull is actually considered really bad and too slow to actually be competitive. But back when this game was made, frickin' Summon Skull was in every deck. Because it was a 1 tribute 2500 beat stick. Which was considered good at the time. Damn, not even Duel Links like Summon Skull anymore. One of the things that run it are Red Eyes.
Alrighty. Let's go. I'd like to check out the villagers seem to have a fear.
Oh yeah, Kalos is talking to the spirit.
But I think they're making a big deal out of it.
Which is us.
Mere superstition, I tell you.
But Kalos, you have a spirit, and you're in a magic fantasy world.
Hey, relax.
Of course, he might be possessed by a demon. I remember back... He might be possessed by a demon, who is actually the player. In other words, this game is sort of like Undertale. We're gonna go commit genocide. I'm just kidding, of course. We're not actually doing that. This game is not Undertale, guys. Now we have our first enemies of the game. As you can see the enemies on the field. I will say that the combat in this game and Baten Kaitos Origins are definitely not similar to each other. Well, they sort of are, except... Here you see we have weapon cards. Like, weapon cards and armor cards. Well, in Baten Kaitos Origins, nah. Everybody uses one deck all together, and they have specific items that you can equip. But the attack cards are all just attack, medium attack, heavy attack. I honestly thought that it was a big step down from this game, to be honest.
Don't be thinking you can beat me.
And I wish I still had my copy to show you guys. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. Also, you want a combo. Also, you want to get straights in 2 pairs and stuff. Because it provides you with extra bonuses, such as bonus damage and bonus defense. Later on, cards will have more numbers on them. And what the numbers let you do is that they allow you to do combos. So you can string them together. Obviously, we don't have much of a level or class or any of the class items yet, so we don't have many combos yet. But later on, we'll definitely be getting like crazy combos and have a bunch of cards with like 4 numbers on them. And you use the C stick to pick them. Or rather, pick the number that you want to use. I definitely remember that about this game.
Time to collect the loot.
Yeah, you don't get any money off of the battles, though. The things that are worth the big bucks are the pictures of monsters that you take with the camera item. Alice has a camera item. Of course, different cameras affect how long the pictures will take to process. Like the one Kalis is using is an old Polaroid camera. So that's going to take a while to process. And remember when Polaroid cameras were a thing? And you had to wait for pictures to develop? Damn, things have changed since then. Quite big time, too. Short sword, nothing really impressive. Yeah, that's a useless Magus. What does the voice thing even do? Answer, it's probably using a recipe or something. Now, you have to talk to the mayor. Otherwise, you won't be able to get around here.
You're dead!
Well, if you say so, Kalis. Let's use the green bananas.
This!
Yeah, green bananas damage enemies. However, yellow bananas will heal. We gotta be a little quicker than that on our defense. Yeah, it's been so long that I don't really remember what I'm doing. Unless I'm getting distracted by talking a bunch. Good, that's a good combo. We got a 2-card combo.
That was a
Now,
pretty
to
sweet...
level up in this game, you actually have to go to the church in order to level up. You don't level up the traditional way by getting XP and beating enemies. You sort of do, but... See, we had nothing but defense gear, so we couldn't properly attack. Sometimes that happens. Now, to use a healing item, you have to target... You have to use the R button to target yourself.
Here you go.
The bamboo shoot is a healing item. Of course, it won't stay around forever, so don't get really excited to it. As some cards will change in time. Like there's this one flame sword that's pretty good for the early game. That's pretty good. They get early, but it turns into a weak sword later. That's not the first time it happens in this. That's not the last time it happens in the game. And luckily, most of the weapons actually stay put as to what they are.
Let's get it on.
Most of the things that are changeable are mostly food items. And maybe a couple of weapons. As well as the quest mages, that are the big ones that are changing. See, we didn't have any defense, so we couldn't block the damage. Kinda gifts you on that.
This! Whoa!
Yeah, but we got a 2 straight on that, so we get a back damage boost. Always want the combo.
That was way too...
Oh good, a small knife, I'll take that. Another bamboo shoot, I'll take that too. Let's keep going.
I'll roll you up!
1 enemy. Let's just do the combo. A 2 straight combo.
Whoa!
See, there you go. Now keep in mind the numbers on the cards. You definitely want to keep in mind those numbers. So you can do combos.
Loser.
Ooh, we got one of the star map cards. That's good. The reason why that's good is because we need to take those to the church too. And what the star map cards do is you get items if you trade in star map
Don't be
cards.
thinking you can beat me.
Basically, it's part of a side quest. There's 50 of them hidden all over the world. And they're hidden all over the place, and some of them are missable. Like the one...
Time to collect the...
I remember the one section leading into Mira, the city of illusion. Yeah, you go through a space tunnel and there's some missable items there. They can't get
Don't be
in, they
thinking you
can't
can
ever
beat
get again. And one of them is a star map card. Another one is also a recipe card. Be quick on your defense. Now you'll see we have normal defense and we have elemental defense of water. Water defense will negate fire damage, which is going to be very important because there's some fire enemies in this area.
Yeah! Gotcha!
And since we did a combo, we'll have enough damage to beat this guy. See, even if you use non-combated items, you'll be able to do it.
Loser.
And it's just a short sword, so I'll take the card. So I'll take the monster card. It also pays to grind up each area. Not only to level up, but also because you get more mages cards.
Time to party!
And you definitely want a bunch of those. And we didn't have any offensive items.
Is that all you got?
As you can see, they're doing fire damage. Alright, let's do card them. As you can see, the enemies do defend, and he had fire defense, which means he can block water, which means he can block some water damage. And I'm getting really unlucky. Green bananas to do damage, and finish him off. As you see, we negated the physical damage, but we didn't negate the elemental damage.
Say cheeseburger!
Yeah, he guarded against the camera, but we're gonna take a picture of him anyway. He's shuffling his deck. Might as well use the bamboo shoot. And use up one of my armors. Because I really want... Alright, we're gonna use our elemental armor to block. See, we negated the fire damage, but not the physical damage. Alright, we can two-card this guy. There we go. Now you see that plus 30? That means it's weak to that element. That's also very important. You really want to hit the enemy's weak points, guys. Don't really need the bamboo shoot, so I'll take the photo.
Don't be thinking you can
Here we
beat
go. Oh, we got the camera right off the bat.
now.
Wow, real quick. There we go, we negated the damage. Because we had high enough physical defense to block it. This enemy only uses physical attacks. The tiger enemies will use fire attack. Will use fire and physical.
Time to
I guess small knife is okay, but no defense. Oh, we got another elemental defense. Might as well swap out the jacket. And swap out this buckler for that shield. And I'll swap out one of these short swords for the saber. And I'll swap out the bananas for another bamboo shoot. There we go. Gotta update your mangus every now and again.
I'll roll you up.
2 and 6. Damn, if I had a class change item and classed up Mr. Kaitos here, we would have been able to combo.
That was way.
Fortunately, we can't do that quite yet. You need special items to change your class in order to get more combos, you see.
Let's get it on.
Alright, we got a combo. Yeah, early game it's harder to pull off combos because cards only have one number. And you have so few mages to use. Might as well use a healing item.
Here you go.
Yeah, if you run out of cards while in battle, you'll just shuffle your deck and waste your turn. You really don't want to do that. Luckily, class changing also allows you to carry a little bit more cards. At least I believe it does. I'm not really sure. I don't really remember. So don't take my word on it, okay?
That was way too...
That way it leads to a boss fight, and we don't want to get into that just yet. I just kind of want to show you this game, and you may not have heard of it. It's a pretty obscure GameCube game title. And it was pretty obscure when this game came out. I must have been like one of the only people who actually played it that I actually knew.
Is that all you got?
And comboing also works for defense as well. See, we did a 2 straight, so that means we get minus damage. So you definitely want to combo on your defense too. Here we go. Slice and dice. Oh, he took that enemy down. Good, good, good.
Loser.
I guess I'll take the short sword. I don't really want it though. It kind of sucks, to be honest.
You're dead.
But the great thing about the short sword is you can defend with it. But only if it's like the second combo.
This.
Good, we did enough damage to beat it anyway. Defend real quick. And we'll do a 6 to block to get some minus damage. See, 2 card also works. Also, getting a full house also works. So I'll do elemental damage.
You're photogenic.
See, we did water damage to it. But the enemies might defend, so when they
That was
defend
way
and
too
defend
easy.
with fire defense, they'll be able to negate some of your water damage. And it's very important that you keep elements in mind, guys. Because there are some enemies you can't beat unless you take advantage of their elemental weaknesses. I specifically remember this one enemy that had like 100 that had like a bunch of defense against physical damage but was weak to elemental. Luckily, the second character you get in this game, Shella, she's all about doing elemental damage. Alright, so we can visit the church. As you can see, where am I? Yes, and you come here to pray and reflect on your adventures, and you can increase your level. First, you have to get experience points before you can actually do that. Yes, I got it. For increase class levels, you have to find artifacts. Yes, you're gonna need to find all those. Trust me, you're gonna need them. Nope, I'm fine. And then we can talk to you again. We do not have enough XP to level up. And we don't have a class change rank. Magnus. Alright, this guy's gonna tell us about the star map. Yeah, you do go to... And all the blue flowers lead to this church. So you gotta keep that in mind. You're gonna want to come back here every now and again. Yes, and the star map is up here. Basically, you find the constellation cards and they get put up here. Someone tore it to pieces and they were scattered. It's very beautiful, though. I don't think I've ever gotten all 50 of them, though. Not even sure where all 50 of them are. It's been a long time since I played this, you see. Constellation Magnus. Find all the Magnus. And if you get Constellation Magnus, they'll give you an item. Some of them are very rare items, especially the late ones. Let's hand one over. Yes, I want you to use them. I don't know why it presents you with that option. And what they are is, some of them will drop off of enemies and bosses, some of them will be hidden around in secret areas. Some of them are in little crystals that you get cards from. That might be locked behind stuff that you need quest mages to get through. I'd like to continue more with this game, but unfortunately I'm kind of pressed for time. I thought I'd go over the basics of the game with ya. And, I guess that'll be the episode, I guess. I thank you for watching, I hope you had fun. Next time if we get into this again, we're gonna do the boss battle, where we get Shella as a party member. Yeah.